Hey, it is Mark Newstater with eXp Realty, and here is your Calgary Real Estate show for this week. It is September 19th, 2024. 5,000 listings on the market in Calgary. We'll get to that in a second. Let's take a look at our weekly stats. For new listings this week, dropped from last week. Last week might have just been a blip with 990, dropped to 789 this week. 525 sales, basically the same as last weekend, up from the previous 2 weeks. So if you're looking for sales, that is a positive sign for sure. Sale to new listing ratio then 67%, 491 pendings. That's down from last week, but up from 2 weeks ago. And days on market's really been around 27, 28 for the last 5 weeks. And there's that inventory number over 5,000. And that is the first time, I would have to go back in the history books here, but I do know that in the month of August, we were over 4,000 for the first time in over 2 years. Let's send it over to Jaden now with a look at what's going on in mortgages.
Thanks, Mark. Big changes in the mortgage industry this week, of course. You've heard from the Government of Canada that we're expanding insured mortgages from 1 million to 1.5 million, which means you'll be able to do less than 20% down up to 1.5 million. In addition to that, all first-time home buyers and all people buying new homes, new builds, will be able to have a 30-year amortization. Big news. On top of that, we've just hit 2% inflation, and it's looking like it's going down even further. That's going to accelerate decreases in prime. So you could expect probably a 0.5% cut sometime this year, and at least one more 0.25% cut on top of that. Any mortgage questions, of course, anytime, give me a call. Thanks.
Thanks, Jaden. And here is a look at your real estate time machine. What did last year in the exact same week look like? Well, we had 569 sales last year, 509 this year, so only a 10% drop. We had 810 new listings last year, same week. This year, 905, so that's 12% up. Our active listings, though, this is where you really see a massive difference at 3,482, over 5,000 this year. That's a 44% increase year over year. 798 for pending last year, 685 this year. That's down 14%. And basically days on market is almost identical to last year. So realistically, what does this mean? If you're a buyer, there's a pocket of opportunity here. If the Bank of Canada, I was going to say the Fed, no, that's America. The Bank of Canada drops that interest rate by 0.5 point in October, which is somewhat expected, then you might see buyers really jumping back into the market. If you're a seller, you're still doing well. You're still selling for more than you would have gotten, 3-4 years ago. But, is it a situation where you're going to get more than last year? That is very situationally dependent and really depends on your community. So as we always say, reach out if you have questions. We're happy to provide market updates for you. We also have weekly newsletters. We'd love to communicate with you that way too. And that's it for this week. Have a good one, everybody.